Hello and welcome to this presentation. Today I am going to show you how can you use this simple Excel sheet to perform your capacity planning and budgeting based on your portfolio. So you might be managing a team or multiple teams and you want to see how much you are trying to spend over a period of time based on the projects, based on your capitalized projects or OPEX project. You can basically use this simple sheet to see how much you are able to spend, or based on your location or based on your team size, how much you are projected to spend. And also you can see how much your resources are loaded, like under which projects they are loaded, and whether they're 100% allocated or do you have any room for further allocation. So this is a simple way of allocating your time and resource to multiple different projects and see the total cost based on the amount of time you have allocated. So I'll take you through the activities that you might need to perform in order to see this, and it's a very simple way of viewing how much your resources are loaded as well as how much money you are expected to spend over a period of time. So the first thing is you need to set up a master data. So this is the first prerequisite, where you have the resource master table and the project master table. So in the resource master table, basically you are putting the employee names like first name and the last name. You are also putting the location where they are. Right now with the distributed teams, we have teams in multiple different areas, multiple different geographies. So you can define each location over here, and you can either use it as a list of values, or just mention the name. Suppose if it is a particular city, you put the city name, or particular country, you put the country name. Also you may have a different rates per different country or different location, so you can define the hourly rate or the dollar rate. Also you might have a full-time employee or you have a consulting worker, so you can basically put together, and here it's the last working day, just in case if the person is going to leave, you just mention over here. Also you have employee IDs. These are the unique IDs that you need to define. If you have already got an HR system where you have your employee IDs, you can just pull from there. Otherwise you just make sure that you maintain a unique number. And then you put the team, whether it's a particular team 1, team 2. You may have 5 different teams that you might be managing, so you can identify each and every team with that person's name. So this is the one-time entry, one-time maintenance, and unless until you have new people adding or people leaving. One thing you need to make sure that these are tables, these are using Excel tables, so you just make sure that you don't have any blank record. So here you see that this signifies this table has a blank record, right? So you don't want to have a blank record, so just make sure that you don't have any blank record. Similarly, you need to maintain the data for projects. So here you can see it's a project master table where you have project number, which is again a unique number, and if you don't have a number, you can generate a unique number. Also you have a project description, so you know that which project is this about. In companies, sometimes you have a capitalized and operational expenses project, so you can either segregate them into capex, opex, or you can put your own classification. It's all user entered, so you see that there is no list of value. You can enter anything that you want to classify your projects on. Also you can put start date and end date and put the status, whether it's complete, spending in progress, closed, on hold, or whether it's in pipeline. So these are the first step of entering and maintaining the data over here. So this is the only sheet that you will be doing the master data entry, and the next sheet is actual data entry, where you are allocating each resource with a project and also with the amount of hours you are expecting that person to work during that week. So it's divided into weekly buckets, you can see that. And one thing you need to note that if you delete any columns, then that will cause disruption in this software, so you don't need to delete anything. If you don't want to see anything or any column, you just go ahead and hide them so that it does not show up into your dashboard. So I have hidden it over here. So now I have, suppose I need to enter a name, a new employee or existing employee, I need to allocate that person, and just select from the list of values here. So suppose I want to allocate some project to employee number 6. As soon as I select, it automatically populates the employee number and their rates, and then here I need to select which project I want to allocate this person to. Suppose I'm allocating project 1, then automatically it captures whether it's a capex or opex, and then it also populates the project code. So now from here you know that okay, this is for 7/18, it's already past due. But if you want to allocate, just put 10 hours in this week, next week maybe 8 hours or something like that. So depending on how much you want to allocate, you have allocated this time, and once this is done, this is the only thing you need to do. Now you come back to your capacity dashboard over here, and here you can see the data, but right now you see that it's 339,111 capex, so it should increase because I've added one more resource. So let's go ahead and do the data refresh. So I go to my menu data and then click on refresh all. So once I click refresh all, it will try to refresh the data from the backend, and it will take a minute or so, but it will be able to refresh everything and you can see the changed data. So let me pause this video for the moment. Now you can see that data has changed, it's 339, and here we have bunch of filters where you can see based on all the projects that are currently in progress. So if you select this, it will show you all the projects which are currently in progress and allocated to different employees. So you can see okay, how much it is allocated to. So employee 1 is also working on all these projects which are in progress, and you can also see the total allocation, right? And you can see the total here and with the color coding. So suppose if I remove this filter, it will show everything everybody is allocated to. And now you can see that it's all 100% allocated employee 1. That means I do not have any room for further allocation till the end of this year. Similarly, if we have for certain employees like employee number 10, here you can see that in September there's only 58%, it's green. That means you have some capacity available and you can allocate to a new project. Here you can see that during the month of June, a couple of weeks, the allocation is really high, so you want to revisit it and see whether you have properly allocated the resources or not, or whether the amount of hours are too much or too little. So this way you can see and you can project, and that will also show up in terms of dollars and the percentage breakup, whether it's how much percent of capex and opex in this sheet. So as I said before, you can, instead of capex opex, you can enter any other criteria, but that will change. So here also you can see based on the month. Suppose if I don't want to see June and July, I'll just remove them from the filters, and then it will show. If I want to do multi-select, you can just click over here, it will do the multi-select, and then based on that you can go ahead and deselect or unselect any number of months that you don't want to see or your report to show. So if I want to see everything from August 2021, it will start showing up everything from August, and each week you will see the allocation. So in the same way, you can use multiple different filters like location filter, team filter, year filter, and the project filter. Now also if you want to see based on the employee, you can search or you can see the data based on each and every employee. Similarly, you have timesheet entry or guidance. So sometime in the companies you want people to enter their timesheet and you want to provide them the guidance based on which projects they are allocated to. So here it will give them, okay, on the month of August you need to spend or log 20 hours in this project, 1 hour in this, and similarly you have to enter till 40 hours. So that's how you can give the guidance to the people who are working in your team. Similarly, for project allocation, you can see for each project how much is your total allocation and how is your projected spend for each project. So you can see project number 10 has different projection for different months, and each filters work on the filter that you have selected in the capacity dashboard. So that's how you can see the allocation based on each project. Similarly, you can break down based on the each employee how much capex and opex they are currently spending or planning to spend. So this is a quick overview of this sheet, which is very simple. It does not use any macros. It uses Power Pivot and Power Queries. So it's not that intensive in terms of usage. It will not freeze up. It will take some time to refresh, but opening and adding data will be a breeze. So just try it out and see if it works for you. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.